Hey Spartans, Brian Shantach back with you on Spartan Stand, and today I want to talk to you about being on time and prepared. We've all heard that saying that says, if you're not early, you're late, and if you're late, don't even show up. And I understand that the spirit of that, and it's wonderful. It guides me, but what happens is it's creating a pattern that you're not even aware of that you're doing with that on the top of your mind. So let's just chew on this for a minute. And I want to talk about formations that we used to have in the Marine Corps. And it was, formations were a moment in the morning or in the evening to pull all the men together, to take accountability, to pass some word, to tell them what's expected of them, or just even make sure that they're ready for their next task at hand. And the skipper would say, hey, formation at 8 o'clock. And then the first sergeant would say, okay, hey, Gunny, we're going to have formation at 7:45. And then the Gunny would say, hey, men, we're going to have formation at 7:30. And that's kind of where the whole Gunny Time came in. And it was always about, hey, let's show up early so that we can get prepared to do what we need to do so that when the skipper shows up, we're ready. We're ready to receive, or we're ready to take action and whatnot. And that's beautiful. What's missing is that prepared piece, because what all the men here are, we got formation at 7:30. And they're conditioned to say, well, when we get there at 7:30, we'll have time to figure out what we need to do. I don't need to be a professional and make sure my uniform's squared away for 7:30, because that's what we'll do when we get there. How that's drifted is I'll just show up at 8 o'clock, punch in on my time card, and then I want to go get my cup of coffee, then I want to put my apron on, then I want to go and talk to my coworker in the workplace, and then by the time I get to my computer, it's 8:30. And so it's almost as if the Gunny Time is going in reverse in the world that I live in. You know, hey, I want to see you at 8 o'clock. Show up at 8:01, a minute late, or maybe you show up at 7:59, but you're just not even ready yet. A professional is ready. They use their personal time to get ready in advance, and then they show up at the appointed place of duty on time and prepared. In a cold weather environment is where I started to think about this, because we would go off to Norway, we would go to Greenland and North Pole, and you did not want to spend any wasted time standing around doing nothing. You know, the men would be in their igloos or their ice caves, and it was like, hey, we're starting at 8 o'clock. You need to be a true professional to have all your kit packed up, ready to go, because we're moving at 8. And so it put the obligation on them to say, well, I need to get up at 7:45, or I need to start my routine at 6:30 in order to be ready, because the ship is leaving, you know? And so I want us to start thinking about what being on time really means. Show up early, but you're doing it so that you can prepare to be on time. Don't show up on time in order to prepare. So if you're not early, you're late, maybe. I would like to say, hey, show up on time and prepared. Hey Spartans, thanks for joining me again on Spartan Stand. I'll be with you every Monday sharing tips and ideas to help you be more successful at life. Remember, I'm part of the greater podcast series called Spartan Up, where we bring professionals to you almost every day of the week, just trying to share what we know, share what we found successful, and hopefully it's valuable to you.